Right now, organic search is fracturing into two entirely different systems: traditional search engine optimization and a rapidly emerging second layer, generative engine optimization. For over 2 decades, optimization meant organizing a website so web crawlers could read its code and index its links. The legacy algorithms evaluated how often your target keywords appeared and counted the number of external websites linking back to your domain to determine your relevance and authority. Generative engine optimization operates on a different set of mechanics. AI tools like ChatGPT and Google's AI overviews do not simply list links. These engines parse text to synthesize direct, conversational answers. To do this, they look for explicit facts, tight document structure, and easily extractable data points. Concurrently, Google's baseline algorithm has been adjusted to actively suppress content that feels synthetic, repetitive, or mass-produced. Securing traffic from both the traditional index and the new generative interfaces requires a dual-purpose architecture. To build it, we have to reverse engineer the operating instructions used to train Google's core algorithms. Google employs roughly 16,000 human search quality raters around the world. These contractors perform millions of sample searches and evaluate the results manually. Their aggregate data does not directly rank your site, but it trains the machine learning systems that do. This diagram illustrates their primary evaluation metric for page quality. Raters assess expertise and authoritativeness to determine overall trustworthiness. Recently, a critical new criteria was added. Raters now explicitly look for undeniable proof of first-hand experience. The second major access raters use is the needs met scale, measuring how effectively a page satisfies exact search intent. A page only reaches the highest tier if it provides verifiable information that immediately answers the query without extra clicks. Surviving algorithmic volatility means abandoning old structural tricks and architecting every page of your site to explicitly satisfy these human-trained parameters. Consider a legacy local SEO tactic known as the doorway page. For years, businesses scaled local reach by generating dozens of identical pages, programmatically swapping the city name in the header while keeping the text exactly the same. These pages offer identical paragraphs of generic copy. They provide no unique value and lack any actual user experience. Under the Quality Rater Guidelines, this is a direct violation of the experience requirement. The content creator fails to prove any first-hand geographic presence in Presity. They also failed the needs met test. Their singular function is to act as a funnel, capturing search traffic and redirecting it to a different page, rather than answering the user's local query. Raters are instructed to tag these deceptive, thin structures as the lowest quality of spam. Because modern search algorithms actively target synthetic scale, maintaining these doorway models degrades the overall health of your entire domain. These isolated structures must be audited and completely deleted. The replacement for this chaos is the hub and spoke model. Instead of isolated pages floating independently, every piece of content becomes part of a consolidated hierarchy. The hub is a comprehensive master page targeting a broad, high-volume keyword. It acts as the definitive foundation, explaining what the topic is, why it matters, and how it functions at a macro level. The spokes are deeply researched supporting articles. Each one targets a narrow, long-tail query, like specific software tools or exact measurement metrics.
The critical mechanic here is bidirectional internal linking. Every spoke contains a direct link back to the central hub, and the hub links outward to every spoke. This rigid structure ensures that search crawlers never encounter an orphaned page devoid of context. When one specific spoke earns a high-quality backlink, the authority from that link flows inward to the hub and distributes equitably out to the rest of the closed network. By covering every possible subtopic and linking logically, you prove exhaustive topical coverage to the web crawlers mapping your site. This architecture translates the theoretical demand for expertise and authority into a quantifiable map that machines can seamlessly measure. Once the macro architecture is in place, we have to look at the composition of the individual pages themselves. Take a look at a localized service spoke. To avoid triggering the spam penalties of a legacy template, it requires dense, specific geographic signals. That means referencing distinct neighborhoods, outlining local permitting requirements, and publishing precise pricing ranges tied to that exact city's averages. Instead of embedding a single map pointing to your corporate headquarters, you embed an interactive map dotted with the approximate locations of jobs you have actually completed in that specific area. Including actual photos of your crew working on site, alongside localized case studies, proves literal physical presence. Providing this level of undeniable, on-the-ground proof is the only valid method to satisfy the experience mandate and secure a fully meets rating from modern search algorithms. Satisfying traditional crawlers solves only half the problem. We still have to format this validated content for artificial intelligence. Generative engines parse pages entirely differently than traditional indexing bots. They do not analyze overall keyword density. They scan for discrete facts to extract and synthesize into answers. This requires highly structured heading tags. Your H2 and H3 subheadings must be written as clear, extractable statements that guide the AI model. Generative models also rely on explicit numerical data. Incorporating specific percentages or case study results gives the AI concrete statistics to cite. Breaking up dense paragraphs into concise summary boxes and isolating expert quotes creates natural extraction points. If your data is buried in massive blocks of unstructured text, a generative engine will simply bypass it. Structure is what makes an authoritative page visible to AI. The mandate for 2025 is clear. Platforms must satisfy the indexing requirements of traditional crawlers and the extraction protocols of generative AI simultaneously. Yet both of these machine systems are built to reward the exact same thing, the human-centric standards defined in the Quality Rater Guidelines. Protecting your domain requires purging the deceptive, isolated doorway pages that trigger algorithmic penalties. You replace them with a rigidly organized hub-and-spoke architecture, centralizing your authority while capturing highly specific search queries. You populate those pages with hyperlocal data and verified case studies to establish verifiable, first-hand experience. Finally, you format that content with distinct headings, highlighting isolated statistics, and tight summaries to ensure AI extraction and citation. By integrating these technical, architectural, and editorial elements, you stop chasing algorithm updates and build a fortified digital ecosystem completely immune to modern volatility.